Hey and welcome to part 15. Now we're going to add delay and reverb as send effects. Send effects is sending a copy of the signal to a reverb, delay or anything else. Therefore we will use 100% wet on both delay and reverb so that the signal we get from the FX channels is pure delay and pure reverb. I always start with the delay first and then add reverb. So in Studio One, you can drag your desired plugin into the channel's send area and it will automatically create a send FX channel with the plugin selected. So you won't have to create the FX channel first and then add it in its send area. So let's start with the delay. Color it dark blue. And we're going to work with the leads first. So let's play the leads and tweak the parameters while playing. I think that sounds nice. And then a trick that I like to use is to add some saturation to the delay to make it just a bit bigger. So I like to use Saturn. It's not a free plugin, but it's a great plugin from FabFilter. And I like to use the init preset and just add a little bit more to the drive. Then I'd like to use a compressor to make the delay even bigger and more smooth. Let's listen and tweak. Then it's important to use an EQ, because we don't want the high end of the delay to interfere with the high frequencies of the lead. This will sound blurry. Same applies to the low end. The delay should, with other words, be supporting the lead. I think this sounds good. We will use a reverb from Studio One called Room Reverb. Drag into leads. And rename. It's going to be a long reverb as well. Let's listen and tweak, but let's first mute the delay so we can hear more clearly what the reverb actually does. Then after we have dialed in our reverb settings, we can balance the delay and reverb volumes. Here we can really hear the reverb working. Now let's continue tweaking while playing and improve our settings. Let's keep the reverb length to around 5 seconds, so it's not too long. Let's also keep a bit of pre-delay. And with reverb, I'd like to put the EQ before the compression, so we don't compress the undesired frequencies of the reverb. We will, however, do the same as with the delay, low cut and high cut for the very same reasons. And let's add some compression. Sounds nice. And now let's adjust the levels of delay and reverb. And let's switch on and off to hear the difference. Sounds much better. Now, let's listen to the track and add delay and reverb to the other elements such as the acid and the pads. Maybe add some to the bass. For bass lines, I prefer to use only delay. I would also like to use some reverb and delay on the vocal effect. Now, if you remember the part where we created the tech drop, I thought it sounded a bit dry, but that we would fix it later on. And now is the time, so let's add some reverb and delay to the vocal hit in the drop. Now I would like to add some room reverb to the hi-hats and claps. What I'm trying to achieve here is a room type of reverb that sounds smaller in order to contrast the longer big reverb. This will create a different space for the drums in order for them to stand out more in the mix. Add an EQ. And let's also add to the claps. The effect is subtle, but it still gives a bit more space into the mix. Let's listen with everything. Now we've added reverb and delay to various elements of the track and created more atmosphere. That's all for now, but in the next part I want to revisit the main theme again to add a special effect. Find out what it is in the next part. See you there.